Welcome to Archiversity online classes. In this lecture, I am going to explain you how to define variables in IBM SPSS. For this purpose, I choose a questionnaire from International Finance Corporation, which conducted a survey on mobile banking. So there is a customer preferences towards a mobile banking. I am using that questionnaire. There is a 14-page questionnaire. I am not going to enter all the variables from that questionnaire into IBM SPSS. Just for your understanding, I will define a few variables and show you how to create and define variables using IBM SPSS data editor. Here is a copy of a questionnaire which I am mentioning about. So this questionnaire is of International Finance Corporation. They conducted a survey on a mobile banking questionnaire. So this contains of 14 pages. So I'm not going to use all the questions here. Just we use very few questions, different types of questions. So dictomas and 3 variables, 4 variables, as well as an interval scale and ordinal scale. For each one we use. So here is your SPSS data editor. In data editor, by default, you will see data view. So to define variables, you need to move into variable view. So here is a variable view. Click on this tab. And this takes you a variable view. So here is a variable view. So each row here indicates one variable. And these are the features of a variable that you need to define. So one is the name of the variable, then type, then width, decimals, label, values, missing, columns, alignment, measure, and role. So we'll go with an examples. So here you have a Q1. Do you own a cell phone? All right. So we name this as a Q1 itself because it is there in the questionnaire as a Q1. We'll name this one as a Q1. So Q1 is question 1. So type, what type of a data that you are entering into it. So here if you observe, we coded it. That is the circle option code 1. So if the response is yes, then code is 1. And if it is no, code is 2. So you are entering a numerical value. So we define this as a number only. Then width, how much of it takes. So here width is 8 points and decimals. Decimals are 2. So here width includes decimals. So suppose if you don't want the decimals, you convert this into a 0 by clicking on this and then down arrow. You can make it to 0 cell. Or if you want to increase the decimals, just click on up arrow. So you got back to the 2 decimals because your values in a questionnaire is a discrete numbers. We don't need a decimal values. So now width is 8. It will that is SPSS will accept a number with a length of 8 digits. Now label. So label is what actually appears on your survey. So here we can say that do you own a cell phone? You can copy this one as it is and then paste here. So you can see. Do you own a cell phone is the label which we are giving. So why we need a label is when you run analysis in SPSS, label is what appears on your graphs and tables. So name of the variable will not appear. Name of the variable will be useful only to run analysis in IBM SPSS. But in output, you will see the label only. So it would be always advisable to have a meaningful labels here. Now here comes the values. Highlight this one, then you will see the value here. So go back to your questionnaire. Here you can see that option 1 is yes, option 2 is no. So here you define value. If you enter value 1, then this mean yes. And after adding this, click on add button. Then next is value 2 and the label is no. Then do not forget to add. So click on add. Then confirm that whether your 2 options are here. 1 is yes and 2 is no. Then click OK. So your values are given here. Missing values, unless otherwise you are very specific, ignore this one. Column width is how actually the column width in the data view should appear. So here the column width is 8 in the sense. So if you increase this column width from 8 to 16, then you can see that the column width is increased here. So if you have variable names, a very big variable names, then you can increase the column width. Otherwise, you can stick with the smaller column width, that is a 8. And here the alignment, so left, right or center, that is in a data view. If you click left align here, then in a data view your response will appear on the left hand side, and if it is a center, then center and right is a right. So measure, as this is a nominal scale, you can select the measure. So SPSS accepts 3 forms of measures, that is, one is a nominal, ordinal and a scale. When you say a scale, it considers both interval as well as a ratio. So as this question is related to a nominal item, click on a nominal, and this is an input. By default you are giving an input, so SPSS takes. So here you defined one variable Q1 as a type, a width, its decimals and label, values and a column alignment. Next is that here you can go with the similar questions. I don't want to enter every question, so we skip few questions. Then we'll go for one example of an ordinal scale. So here let us say income level is an ordinal scale. This is a question is QA5. So just copy this one, copy and come back here, paste QA5. This is a numeric and width. We don't need to have a decimal values. So, and what is the label that you want? So here in a label, average monthly income. So instead of taking complete one, we'll take a average monthly income, then paste here. By double clicking you can edit this one. So double click, I'm giving a average, then here are values, so 1, and your label is N is 10,000 or less. Sorry, monthly income is 10,000 or less. So you can say less than 10,000, add, second is 2, then 10 to 50. So 10,000 to 50,000, and click add, then 3, 50,000 to 150,000, then click add, then 4, here 150,000 to 300,000. We'll take only 4 options, just because it is a redundant one only. So 150,000 to 300,000, and don't forget to click on add, then check all the options are there or not. 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. Click OK. So here alignment, you just select left, right, and your scale you can name it as an ordinal scale, because you want to have a levels of income up to 10,000, 10,000 to 50,000, 50 to 150, 150 to 300,000. So level of income, and you have a input. Now next we'll go to example of one interval scale. Here is an interval scale. So the question is Q24. This question has got 6 options, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how we name is, this is a Q24, and then we edit this. So keep underscore and 1. So there is question 24, first option, and no decimal values are required. We'll simply convert this into 0. Then here first is overall trust. Select this one and paste here. You have a label, then a values. So value 1. So this is a scale where very low, low, average, high, very high. So 1 is very low, then add 2, low, then click add, 3, average, click add, then 4, high, click add, then 5, very high, click add. See that all the 5 options are here or not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then click OK. So here you mention this as a scale, remaining all will be the same. Now here for this you have a multiple questions, that is Q2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what is that we can do is, just I am showing you 2 more. Q24, we'll edit by double clicking on this question. 2, then double click underscore 3. So 3 questions are added. Now for question 2 is trust in a banks, copy and paste here. Then trust in technology. So here already you defined the variable options. So one is very low, low, average, high, very high. And this is the same for the remaining 2 questions or remaining 6 questions. You don't need to type every time the same. So here select this one, click copy this, that is by holding Control and C, then select these 2 and Control V. So options are selected here. So make this simply decimals to the 0 and convert this into scale. That means when you have a similar options, instead of entering options each time, you need to enter it for one variable, then copy and paste for other variables. You can see here now. So first option, so you click here on the 3 dots, you can see the options here. So similarly for this one also. So this is how you can enter your values of nominal scale, ordinal scale, as well as a interval and a ratio scales. Suppose if you have a numbers string values, so rarely we use string values in IBM SPSS. All the variables need to be coded and converted into numerics. But if you want to have other options, like you want to have a date, time, all these things, just you can click on the variable name here, sorry, variable type, and on 3 dots you will find what are the different variable types that you can give: numeric, comma, dot, scientific notation, date, dollar, custom currency, string. So predominantly we use a numeric. Sometimes we use a string, and sometimes we use a dollar. And if you have a time series data, then you can use a date as a variable type. So these are the different variable types that you can use. So this is how you need to define your variables in SPSS. Once you define your variables here, then you can click on a file, then save the file. So save on a desktop. I'm saving this as a Arcversity test 2 and then save. So the file is saved, and once a file is saved, you can see an output viewer. So this is output document IBM SPSS statistics viewer. Normally we don't need this one, so simply close here. Here you can see a minimize, maximize and a close buttons. So click on a close button and save contents of output viewer. No, this will close and your data view is here. So now when you wish to enter the data, you need to click on a data view, and here you can see that variables. So Q1, this indicates that this is an nominal scale, and Q5, this indicates your ordinal scale, and this is a scale. You can once you highlight this variable, you can see its features. Name is a Q1, label is there, then type and measure. So here you can enter the data. So this simple is defining variables in IBM SPSS statistics data editor. So in my next lecture, I will show you how to enter the data for these variables. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the lecture.